Yo, what's up, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing? This throwback, I'm sure. I wanted to do one today for Memorial Day. Um, Cause I had something I had to say on this one, right? So I get it. I get it when people say, um, Happy Memorial's Day, Happy Memorial Day. I get it. I kind of get, I kind of get the whole, but let's start from the beginning, right? Maybe I could, after I explain, then you'll see where I'm coming from. So, Memorial Day was started by black family members of service members back in the Civil War and back Civil War, American, any war that we was in back in them times, they would do a mass grave. They wouldn't. It was no honorable and all of that type of stuff like it would be now. So it would be a mass grave, and so it would be a mass grave, and I think it was a mass grave. I'm thinking this was either the Civil War or one of them wars. It was a mass grave of 200 soldiers, black soldiers, and so the family came up with Memorial Day to start, to for that to honor them, right? And so if you look at it and think about, that's where the whole origin of Memorial Day came from, then saying Happy Memorial Day to somebody, a soldier, and I'm a soldier, but I take it and I say thank you or whatever the case may be, but it's not really what you're supposed to be saying. I mean, you might feel it's right and it make you feel good, but it's not accurate. Cause you know what I'm saying? The Memorial Day is to remember all of the fallen soldiers. It's not a happy situation. It's about people that lost their lives for all of the why, so you could have Wi-Fi, so you could protest, so you could do whatever you want to do. It's them people that lost their lives and sacrificed. Even the Civil War soldiers, and I'm thinking it was the Civil War, 200 and something soldiers. Even then, they was fighting for the freedom, to free the slaves, fighting on the side to free the slaves. So that's why I say, happy Memorial Day. It don't make no sense, just to me. But anyway, so yeah, so in remembrance of the veterans that done lost their life and sacrifice like that, I'm gonna take a 3-second pause. All right, now we can get on with the show, right? Enough of that. If you're gonna say Happy Memorial Day, do you? It's what I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? I had my dog tags on for the day. This was my rank, specialist. You know what I'm saying? Army, Desert Storm vet. You know what I mean? So we had to have him out here represent for the day. I should have had my big red one hat on. Shouts out to my boy Wright, Willie Wright, Joe be sending me. These are all guys I went to the desert with. So we still cool to this day. You know what I mean? Wright, the caller easily specialist. I don't know if she went to sergeant. This the first Memorial Day after my brother Hill, specialist DeMarco Hill, passed away. Word. Went to the desert with him. Word. So yeah, his birthday was on Facebook the other day or whatever, not too long ago. So we all, put some messages on his Facebook page. That's kind of weird though. Somebody that's, you know what I'm saying, and then they still Facebook page still active. That's crazy. But anyway, let's get to the new show, right? So after my last show, I felt like I laid, because we're gonna go back into that hypothetical story. So I feel like I laid out the case for what's going on behind the scenes, right? I feel like I made a good You know, so we got a good story. Tom Hanks and possibly Court and all of this, and they on his wife Rita now. They breaking down videos. They all got crazy videos online too. They had Madonna online. Madonna was online like 3 days ago, and she was talking about go eat some fish and throwing up signs and all this. Like, they bugging out over there in Hollywood. But anyway, this was, so when I did this show today, I was going to talk about different people that you could get information from, but I'm also tie the information that I got into my, so you'll see what I mean. So pretty much I'm gonna do my story, and my story I'm gonna give credits to where I got my pieces from. So McAllister TV, her is Twitter join is Linda_Parrish, and she used to be a CNN writer in the past. So she's somebody that was in there, and she know how the media, how the CIA control it, cause the CIA pretty much control music, the media, the movies, a lot of politicians, people in government. Cause like for instance, you have a situation where if you gotta do a big like child sting in an operation sting in a state or something like that, and you going in there to do, sometimes you can't tell if you let it out, because you see it's police chiefs, it's DAs, it's I done seen counselors, you got people in schools and all this stuff that's down with the pedophile shit. And I got proof for that. We're gonna get back to that. So but anyway, this I got from Linda Parrish, and it's the story of Joe Scarborough. Right? Mika and Joe. So Mika got mad so we catching up. Trump sends a tweet out. Boom. Yo, they be going at me. What about Joe? What about that intern that was dead in his office? So they having a meltdown about it, right? So okay, I could see if you Joe and Mika, I could see why you upset, right? But for us, I'm not Trump, and I'm not Joe, and I'm not Mika. So for us, what we supposed to do? We supposed to look at the evidence and look at what we see. Don't take it from what they telling you on CNN. Oh, he's crazy and this and this and that. Of course Mika gonna say that. Of course CNN gonna say that. They give Joe what, $7, $8, $9, $10 million a year? They invested in him. So they not gonna tell you the truth. That's the first thing you gotta understand. So let's look at it. So Joe Scarborough, right? And so the lady's name was, the young lady's name, 28 years old, was Lori Cloutis. She died of blunt force trauma in his office. So now, he was scheduled to meet a couple. He was supposed to be there for an appointment at 8 a.m. that morning. He wasn't there that morning at 8 a.m. They went in the office and they found the girl dead, right? Now, the doctor who is named Dr. Michael Berkman, right? He got fired. His medical license was already revoked at the time, previously, when he did the autopsy. He did the autopsy and said that the healthy 28-year-old girl that used to jog was in good shape. She caught a mysterious random seizure out the blue, and she fell back and hit her head and died. Accident. That's what he said. Signed it off, and then boom, right? So you go, sure, she could have fell. She could have did that. Okay. So this is like 3 months after he got reelected. He just resigned. He just resigned. Said, oh, I want to go spend time with my family and all this and all that. He just resigned, right? So, when the family tried to say something down there, and When the family would try to say something down there in Florida, they get, you know, oh, they this, they shush him up because he was a Democrat. No, he was he Republican? I think he was a Republican. Whatever, it don't matter. Republican, Democrat, but they liked him. So because they liked him and they was behind him, and you see on CNN, so they was behind him, they squashed it. They squashed all of the rumors about it, right? It gets better. I got more, right? So on the Imus and the, you know, that the racist guy Imus that called the black female basketball nappy headed hoes, that guy, right? So he goes on the radio with this guy, and he says, they joking, he said, yeah, you know, you try to be funny, but this and that, you're a funny guy. What is this? You know, when you said that, oh, why'd you have to leave Congress? Because you had an affair with the intern and you had to kill her. And they yuck. So, okay, now, right, Sherm, you a little biased because you on Trump's side. Okay, you can say that, right? But what about the family right now? When the family see this guy on there joking like that or whatever the case may be. And the family is still pushing for it. But it don't get no news play. It don't. They might get a little article. I seen the articles and shit. They even going after the family lawyer like he trying to make it's over, it's done with, let it go. That's what they trying to do down there. 8 a.m. appointment, not there, no show, and no side. I don't get it. Oh, here's one, right? So songs, going back to them having the meltdowns online, right? Them songs that songs are spells. These songs are spells. A lot of these songs are spells. So y'all out here with this, and they be rocking you sleep. They be rocking you to sleep with spells. So they saying Tom Hanks, allegedly Tom Hanks, who could be down with the, you know, that hypothetical story. So we still got Tom Hanks in the hypothetical story. So his wife Rita out throwing a little songs, little witch spells, come out with some little, oh, this song is for the kids, this song is for the kids. They all full of shit, man, I'm telling you. All of them. And I'm gonna tell you this, you guys start looking at this. Anybody that come out and say Trump gotta go at all costs, they might be down with the other side. And this is the teams right now. It's not black and white. It's not red and blue. It's not gay, straight. It's not none of that. This is the battle right now. This is the battle between good and evil. And not even from a sense of you gotta be spiritual. Like, I'm a Christian, so I'm fighting a Christian war. No. It's not that kind of good and evil. This is a battle between people that's going to let little kids grow up and have a good, be safe, and not have to worry about being kidnapped and sex slaves and all of this, and putting chemicals in the food and trying to do this and trying to do that, and all of this other shit that's negative towards the kids and negative towards America in general. Or the people that's trying to hurt it. And if you live in America, you can't be with people that, yo, they got, I found out they got underground bunkers. 300 of them. 300 of them. Underground bunkers that used to be military installations and bases and stuff like that, that they trying to say is for the billionaires and all that. That's where they taking the kids out. That's where they taking the kids out. They had that in Central Park. In Central Park, they set up the little tents and all of them white tents and all that. But no COVID people ended up going in there. Because they had found the bunker in New York City right under Central Park. They found the bunker. They found the bunker and they went in there and they got, I want to say 200 and something kids out. Over 200 kids. And the kids has died. The kids come out the ground. They've been genetically altered to be some of them they said never even been out of ground. Like they parents, they might have been the kid, great grandkid of somebody that been abducted in the 40s. So you'll have somebody that's been abducted in the 40s. They done had a kid. They kid done had a kid, and so on. And they still up underground. They never been outside. They can't take the light. Some of them, they said 10% of them die because they not even made to be on the ground. Up. This is what's going on right now. That medical ship outside of New York City, right? And so let me tell you how this went down, right? Let me tell you just how this went down. So I'm looking at the video. So then I look at the ground force to make sure, you see the video, so I could show y'all how I did so I know I fact checked. Watch this. So I saw the video, right? And I'm like, wow. So he got visual proof right there in the video. So I go, okay. So I look up online and I look up AWG soldiers, military. Look at the AWG. There's going up underground. That's the military. They got a military. They talk about that space shit to make Trump sound like a clown. They don't talk about the military force he got that's going underground, blowing up bunkers. Where these peoples is at. Cities up underground. And of course, when you got them cities up underground, at the lower levels of these things, that's where the satanic cults is at. That's where they doing the worshiping at. So it's all connected. Wake up. Right? So yeah. So here go. So back to this. So in LA County, that's where they had the biggest one at. They had a big one over in LA County. Remember I was telling you about the 2,000 children? So watch how this get. So they find the big ass bunk, and it's another one out in California they didn't get to. So it's 300 of them. I think they captured, like they said, 150 something of them, maybe a little more. And right now they blowing up stuff. So when you seeing all these little 2.0s, 1.5 earthquakes and all that, they underground fighting. But I'm making it up. But anyway, so this is how I fact check. So I saw the video. I saw the all-terrain soldier shit, right? And I listened to what they was saying. I listened to what they was talking about. Then I seen articles on the military operations. And then the last piece that put it together for me, I was telling my cousin Pete, because he's an electrician, right? And he in New York, so he an electrician, right? So he get to ride around when he like one of them special people that get to ride around when other people don't. So he could move around freely, right? He ran into some soldiers doing it, and I forget what part he said he was at, but he said, yo, Sherm, I seen them. He said, Sherm, I seen them. He said, yo, when I stopped, they told me, what the fuck you looking at? Get out of here. I'm telling you what's going on right now. And when he told me this, it was like when I posted it, he said, yo, Sherm, I seen it. I said, what? It's going on right now. So back to the one in LA. Before we get to LA. So in New York, they set up all the tents in New York City. They bringing the kids out and they bringing them into them tents. And they bringing them into them tents because they couldn't bring them straight out because they not used to the sun. The sun, the lights, all of that. So they put them in there and they try and conceal it. Conceal it for everybody. They put them on them ships. You see the ships drove with all of the boats around them and all of that. And I seen the red little backpacks that they give for the orphans and all of the nice little the Skittles and the this and the that. And I got proof. Check it out. So when you saw that one more thing, on the New York thing. So when you saw that mass grave, you remember when they do that mass grave, and they did that mass grave that day? That was the kids that didn't make it. I think they said it was like 200 of them. 200 of them didn't make it. Because think about it. If it was, where was the loved ones at crying? Where was they at? There was no tears. There was no nothing, right? But anyway, so now to the one in L.A. The one in L.A. was the biggest one yet. They got over 2,000 kids out of there, right? And they was fighting with them. They was fighting with them. They tell them, yo, y'all want to come out? They don't want to come out. They don't want to come out. They don't want to come out. They don't want to come out, right? So they blew them up. Nuked them. And so you see when they said that nuked them, a tactical nuke. So you see when they said, Trump talk about he going to start testing again, that's cover. That's cover so he could do that. And think about it. COVID-19, COVID operation, covert operation, right? Now somebody told me that in the beginning, and I was like, threw that fact away. But COVID-19, COVID operation. So once this shit jump off, we gonna come in with the military. We gonna put in the newspaper that 1,000 NYPD officers got sick, got the virus. So it'll be, they won't expect to see no police on there. And we know we'll have everybody out of Central Park area. So when we start blowing these motherfuckers up, it won't be nobody out here. That's one way to look at it, right? And so, and so I'm saying this. If this is happening right now, y'all gotta see that Trump is not the bad guy. They selling him as the bad guy because all of them know about this shit. This shit been going on since the 40s. It's been going on since the 40s. They've been doing this plotting. Now they trying to take over up here. They got everything. They got Tesla technology down there underground. They ain't running no wires and all that down there. All of the great inventions and technology and all that, they keeping it to theyself. They keeping it to theyself. But keep going. Disney gets money for doing hits. See, this is the shit that they don't never. Okay, so out there in California, Disney do hits, and they said they even post it. They do hits for money. Another person I know on this is what happened in California. California, they done shrunk the black population out there. Black population only 5% out there now. They don't need the black vote in California no more. To all my just sit back and don't vote people or vote blue at all costs. Ask the California black people what happened to them. Ask them. They about to be gone. They don't need them no more. We could get more votes with the Latino vote. That's why we kissing their ass now. And if they could do California to the whole rest of the country, they'd be good. And that's what they trying to do. And then I get to this, man. You gotta stand up, man. You gotta stand up, man. This is where one of them things where it come a time in life as an adult where you gotta stand up and say, no, this is not going down. It's not. Yeah, so they got fires going. Look at the country is under attack. They got Trump hinting that or saying that the dam in Missouri could have been blown up. He didn't say sabotage. He said it could have been blown up or whatever happened to it. You got all of the fires going on in San Francisco and all the other places where they attacking our ports and all that. Yo, they was trying to do to the United States of America what they do to other countries. They didn't like Trump. They got all of y'all out there so mad that whatever they do to get rid of them, y'all will be like this. That's the beginning of a military coup. That's the beginning of a coup right there. That's the beginning of treason. You turn the population, get the population so angry at the president that now you could do whatever you want. You could break the rules, you could do whatever, and that's what they tried to do, and they got caught. They got caught. What they did is treason. You going around, you in the United States, you trying to operate with the WHO, with China, and with other individuals to bring down the president. That's treason. Textbook. textbook. And when you throw all of this child sacrificing and all of this money, trafficking and money laundering, and if because of the sex slaves and all of this shit, where one kid is worth $50,000 and all of this, and they got registries out there where even Donald Trump on one, yeah, Donald Trump on one of the registries where people was being sold, where you could go on auction and buy people. So I know he know too. So it's out there. And that's why they mad, because he turned against them. I'm telling you. That's what he mad. That's why they mad at him. Yeah, he's still cool with some of them. But I was watching a video today, this other dude, he said, yo, I got friends I know that sell stuff, that do stuff, or whatever the case may be. I mean, I'm going to be there doing it with him. You know what I mean? But certain shit, like, if I had a friend that was out here raping kids and murdering kids, I might even call and tell on him. I'm calling telling on him. He raping and murdering kids and helping abduct kids and shit. And I see one person, as soon as I see one person crying one day, I'm going to think of him and he going to get it. So, to achieve their goal, I seen a video where Hillary begging China to hack Trump's financial records. It's treason, man. Undermining the president. Facts. Like, no matter what happens, they never report no fear. He never do nothing right. He done signed the most executive orders of anybody. He doing shit that ain't never been done, as far as capturing back all of these motherfucking underground bases and shit and all of that shit like this. Obamagate 2, the video. Check it out. 16-year plan. It was a 16-year plan, man. But I say it was more than that. The 16 to bring U.S. under the One World Bank, develop police state, because Obama is the one that set up with the FEMA camps and all that. He the one that set up all this shit, because Hillary was supposed to be there to sweep us up. I'm telling you. He was trying to do the internet censorship, because if everything is unlocked online, where you could search anything, you could look up anything, they cannot lie. So that's why you want to try to censor shit. If you got them taking people videos down, I shared one video last week, they done took down Pervy Wood 3 or some shit like that. They taking videos down, whether it's Dr. Mukovich, the Woke Nation, Young Pharaoh, this one, that one, Urema, he banned from Facebook. I mean, like, come on. Y'all gotta start seeing it, man. And the more of us wake up, the less they'll be able to do it. But we gotta wake up. Accelerate the merger with U.S., Canada, Mexico. Protect them while they loot. That's what they was doing. Arm the cartel. He was at war the most out of any president. Barry Soretto. He was at war the most out of any president. Barry Soretto. IRS went after anyone that disagreed with him. You see how it is now. They was trying. They trying to beat Trump supporters. I still get. You still get attacked. Joe Biden can say whatever. You still get attacked online. Even if I say, yo, I'm not telling you to vote for Trump. I'm just saying that's who I'm going to vote for, and I give you reasons. You still get attacked. You can give valid reasons. I'm giving valid reasons why I think he's better than who you telling me he's not. And then they'll give me, he's racist. He don't like black people. He this. That's not logic. That's not even a conversation right there. That's an emotional outburst. Hillary. Let's go to Hillary now. Right? That secret FISA court is very important. The rules was established in 1978, so you can't abuse them. And they was just changing everything around just so it could just fuck us. Hillary. 600,000 emails transferred. Sharon, why you going back to the emails? This chick was a high government official for 15, 20 years, however long she was. Out them 600,000 emails, You got all types of government, military, and personal shit on there that only certain people supposed to be privy to. So when you transfer them to your private email, that was already a crime right there. That was already a crime. I know as a person, civilian, you can't go in and and take no, you can't do that. Take all your work files when you work for the government and transfer it to your home shit to make it easier for you to be at home and shit like that. It's not a secured thing. It's not secured. Everybody know that. So then now, when you transfer them around and then you start deleting them and it's proof that it got hacked and you breaking up your shit, because if you innocent, why you breaking up your shit so they can't even see what you did? You know what I mean? Seth Richard from Hillary has a lot of bodies in her past. Shout out to Young Pharaoh. How Young Pharaoh said that just magically happened to commit suicide. She got a lot of people that you commit suicide. You somebody that excuse me. You commit suicide with a shot to the back of your head. They wiping like that shit. Like the day before, dude Seth Richard, a former aide, he died July 8th, 2016. They said he was robbed, but his watch and his wallet was still on him. He was shot in the back of the head, and they said it was they still said it was suicide. Suicide, yeah. Here goes some numbers. How why I say like it's not a white and a black war. It's like it's some bad people in the CDC. It's some bad people in the FDA. It's some bad, and not where you go bad people. No, bad people where they really doing bullshit. Because look at this. The CDC estimates that 1% of the world has autism. And it's like 7 billion. So they say 1% of 7 billion is a lot. So, and in 10 years, it went from 1 in 10,000 with autism to 1 in 30,000. They got look at the chemicals, all of the chemicals, 12 chemicals they done banned for life. We was using for years. DDT is linked to polio, so the more that you spray DDT on you, the more the polio rates was going up. We started using DDT less, the polio rate went down or whatever. Mercury, Roundup, animal genes, and vaccines. The medias don't want to tell you that. Doctors been silent. And the ones that do talk is the ones that's paid off. The ones that will talk and say the right thing will end up dead. Look at all the holistic doctors that's been killed around the country. I think it's like 90 now. 70, it's either 70 or 90. Last time I checked, they killing all the holistic doctors off. Anybody that'll come out and say anything. This is Big Pharma. CDC is involved. FDA with their food regulations and the shit that they won't let rock, but will let rock. Like, how could you not put a ban on adrenochrome? Why did it take Trump to put a ban on adrenochrome? The FDA should have banned adrenochrome. Y'all have banned some motherfucking sex drug or some motherfucking other shit. Y'all all on that dumb fuck shit. Why wouldn't you ban the adrenochrome? But so that's like I said, you got government officials that's working with the cabal, that's working with the CIA, that's working with the dark side, was working with the motherfuckers living up underground. And them tunnels and them bases, they not just here in America. I got all of the countries, they all around. So you could, from underground here, you could go to other countries without getting on the plane. So they could go to other places. That's how they get rid of people. Vaccines. Look, check this out. So the vaccine company came to Ronald Reagan and said, yo, we going out of business. They keep suing us, this and this and that. We need a bailout. Ronald Reagan didn't want to give them the bailout. Congress, tell you, it's on both sides. The Congress, the motherfuckers. So Congress at the time said, yes, give them the bailout, and we gonna take over this vaccine shit and make sure that it's regulated and all this, and we gonna do studies every 2 years. This is in the 80s. They ain't do no studies yet. every 2 years study. They ain't did none yet, right? Okay, let's get off of that. They took over to take charge and to make sure, and they did 0 tests. Know why? Because they getting money, right? So now it gets better. So a vaccine, when you sue, you gonna actually sue HHC, right? This is how they link the vaccines. So that's why they go, oh, Trump this and this and that. Trump didn't sign this shit in the law. Trump didn't sign this shit, he didn't just sign it. They been signed this shit. Because watch how I get tricky. Because if you sue a vaccine company, you actually suing, and you gonna name, when you sue, it's gonna be HHC. And the Justice Department is gonna be the person you have to fight against if you sue a vaccine company. How did they do that? How did they do that? So I'm telling you, that's what, so with this and I wanted to go into that because that's how that vaccine shit is. The vaccine shit been signed in the law because Congress pushed it. And as I told you, a lot of Congress is down with them. So yeah, they gonna push it because they was setting you up. They was setting you up. They had a plan and agenda. 21. 201. Look it up. So, Patriots. Underground bases raided because they was doing all kind of shit in them. They got domes. So they calling it dumbs. Dumbs, underground, boo boo boo, dumbs. Tunnel, decoded. This is from January 23, 2020. So yeah, the war beneath our feet. Underground cities with complete infrastructure. The seismic graphs, them earthquakes and all that. The AWG military group, look it up. Look up AWG military group. They got super dark visions because they said the night vision when they first went down there, night visions they had wasn't working. So they had to develop some new night vision that work off infrared and some shit like that. So they could see through walls and see heat through walls and all that. They got one of them big things with the drills on it like this that drill in and drill through. Yo, I was watching that shit like, yo, we ain't never seen this, but they're clown the space thing. We ain't never seen this. There's good shit going on. But okay, let's keep going. AWG subterranean group. Yeah, that shit crazy. Going on right now. 5-star base. They call one of them 5-star base, man. 5-star. They got like hotel. I was looking at the stuff they got under there, and they talk, yo, it's crazy under there, man. It's crazy under there, man. It's crazy under there. The southeastern USA, Georgia, farming, ranching, all of these is domes up all of them. It's all up under there. Iowa, Montana, all up under there. I got the list. They even had one underwater off the coast of California. I'm telling you, man. It's crazy, man. So yeah, they be putting shit in the movies and be telling you a little piece and a little piece because it be mounted in truth. Because some of the shit that I seen, I was like, damn, that remind me of that movie right there. Damn, that remind me of this movie right there. I remember this from that. Right? The map, they got a map. They even got a map. A map created in 1978. Network of the tunnels, underground tunnels. It's a vast network under there. That's why Trump gonna start doing nuclear testing. I would too. Blow all them fuckers up. Okay, here's one. Phil McConnell, retired Delta captain. Now, he was talking about all of the places where they was at. So he was talking about the Navy is involved in it. He was naming some of the Alaska Brooks Range. In Arizona, it was 4 of them in Arizona. Arkansas, the California one, 1,600 people died in one place. They gave up the children but didn't want to give up, so they nuked them. massive base in Oakland destroyed. San Bernardino, tactical nukes, earthquake. All of them that have not been cleared out yet. So yeah. So I wrote notes. So I wrote notes. And by me writing the notes, I write the notes, then I come on here and do it. I don't sit down and try to rehearse what I'm doing and go over what I'm doing. I just come on here and I give it up. So then it's in my head. So, but anyway, Oklahoma ADA, this base does human cloning. So this is all of the stuff they doing under there. They got the human cloning under there. This is FEMA most sensitive base. I got this off Annette, CIVICLANEES. So they be going in. The castle is clean means the base in DC. They had a base under DC. And then they posted a picture, right? So I told you everything be meaning something. So they posted a picture of Trump behind two Marines and he was smiling. And one was the one was forward and he was smiling and looking, and then one was mad, looking like serious and looking down. Yeah, he looking down at the ground because we got the base, the king is safe. So Trump, the DC is safe. And now we going up underground. Some happy, some ain't gonna be happy. That's what it means, right? So going into Canada too. This is why they hate him. And I'll say this. I know they desperate, and if they could, they would do anything to make sure he was gone. Word. Especially that. And I ain't never felt like that about no president. I don't care about no president like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like to where people be going, I'ma pray over him and I'ma do this and I'ma do that. And I still ain't praying over Trump, but I could see where he would definitely need to make sure he got some trusted people around him, because they would definitely like to make sure he wasn't around no more. However way they could do it, because if he doing all of this, Mexico, the whole country is underground. They all still up in England. They ain't take none of them down yet in England. I seen we going all over the place though. They ain't get there yet. But what they trying to do is get all them other little pieces, and then they gonna tighten up on the big joints when they can focus. I know what they doing. Australia. There's one in Australia. They had the Pine Gap. They was doing particle and dual weapons research, genetics, high level, black ops. They had 13 floors. And space tracking. That's at that one. All of Africa. New Zealand, New Guinea, Fiji Islands. They don't know the name of the one in the Fiji Islands. Indonesia was neutralized. Caledonia, Russia, the biggest one. They said it could be as many as 120,000 people in that one. Siberia, Tundra, Sweden. Heard enough? I did. 40 minutes. Hong Kong, okay, here you go. Hong Kong, right, in 4 months only had 4 deaths. I don't know. Back to Joe Scarborough. He resigned 3 months after his re-election. You know he hired something. I like being outside. The birds, the trees, you know what I'm saying? They make us hate the stuff we supposed to love, y'all. I'm telling y'all. Like real food. They have you more wanting to go, I ain't gonna make no chicken, but I'm gonna go to the store and get me some of that chicken loaf on a sandwich. You know what I'm saying? So the MASH unit in Central Park, a nurse, right? So we going back to the MASH unit so I could give you some medical proof now. I gave you the military and the government proof, but let's go with the medical proof. A nurse on March 11th, 2020 said these kids from sex slaves. She was from North Carolina, 69 years old. That's why they was activating all them people. Think about it. They ain't need all them people. They activating all these people and asking people to come in and retire people and this and this and that. It's for the babies. It's for the kids. Them kids are psychologically damaged, emotionally damaged. Some of them never had they ain't had nobody treat them nice they whole entire existence and all of that. So that takes a lot of care and patience and this and this and that. So let's get retired people. They got retired. That's why they call retired soldiers and military back. They needed some people they needed to, because they was organized underground. They not unorganized. They organized underground. So they had to regroup and they had to get serious about it. So now they serious. And they said when they blew up that joint in Central Park, they said that the soldiers was pissed. And I was pissed. And I'm still fucking pissed. And I would be pissed. I'd be pissed again. I would keep getting pissed. Every fucking base I went to, I would be getting pissed. Every base. And I wouldn't give them no chance neither. We got all the babies out. Is all the babies out? Yeah, we got all the babies out. Hey, yo, I'm going to give y'all one more chance, man. Y'all don't want to come out? I'm going to send the hottest shit up in there to make sure they all fried. All of them. All of them. Right? So, yeah, she said the rescue mission, that them floating ships, the 1,000 cops tested positive, like I said, 16,000 people didn't want to give up and all that. The ships are being used for the kids. Outside D.C., national parks around the country, that's where they at too. In them national parks. Fun fact. That's why they was buying up all the parks, y'all. Not to make them federal lands and all that, because they was putting more bases underneath. Bush and Obama and Clinton. That's why they don't want no drilling up there. Cabal was using these underground bases. Yeah. So I think that yeah, when they call it the black hats and the white hats. So when the black hats in China and Hu and Bill was like, all right, yo, it's getting too close. We gotta drop this shit, man. We gotta try to really steal this election, man, from Donald Trump. And they dropped this COVID shit. The White House said, okay, we was ready for this. What's up? Because think about it. You were seeing military in certain areas. And I would think it's probably not too many in North Carolina, because you got all these military bases right here. You got the special forces and all of that. So I could see where it could be some down here, but I could see where they would probably want to stay away from certain areas. I could see that. That's why all them nurses, I said, that's why all them nurses was talking about killing people in New York City. Think about it. 30,000 deaths in New York, 10,000 in Cali, right? I think they killed them people. People was killed. Killed. I think it was killed. This from March 31st. Yeah, that was from March 31st, 2020. So that's just recently. They said 800 kids go missing a year. The lady was 69 years old. Update Comfort New York medical ship. 300 bunkers underground. Tesla technology. The Getty out there in fucking California is the big one and shit. That the dude been telling Trump. He said he done sent Trump and the FBI information. The information he done sent got classified and all of this shit like this. So I think they using it. But here's the other thing, that you're not going. They can't keep you updated, the public, in real time, if they still waging the war right now. They can't, because then that's pretty much telling the other side what you doing. Damn, they just done told us they did this. We gotta, you know what I mean? So they not gonna do that until it's all over, I think. Kids came up, couldn't take the light, genetically modified, so now, so many of them died. Yep. They lost 10% of the kids in the first week. Think the lab in Predator 4. Remember Predator 4? Where Whitley went in there and she had the, they had the lab with like little half of pieces of her and this and that and some in test tube jars and all that. That's really real. That's real. Okay? Kidless child born down there, that's fifth generation stuck down there from children stolen in the 40s. Then they had kids in the 60s, the 80s, and the 2000s. That's four generations. They had bone injection a gun. So that's what one of the nurses said. Yo, if this is COVID, if this for the COVID, why they got, these red knapsacks in here for kids that's abused? Why they got all these candies and all this? Why they got the injection gun that they, that they stick inside for they said it's for dehydration and starvation. They stick that in there and try to shoot it straight into your bones. Military got upset. Getty in California. Cities for the elite heading away. They said as many as 100 kids could be down there at one time. Tesla technology being used. They stealing all the technology from us, man. They stealing it all, man. Let's talk about Roman Polanski. So Hollywood is a cesspool. Hollywood is a cesspool. Hollywood is a cesspool. Roman Polanski raped a 14-year-old girl in Jack Nicklaus' house, and with his girlfriend at the time was, I forget who his girlfriend at the time. He raping the little girl in there. His girlfriend at the time come in. He just opened the door like this, say some words to her, close the door. She go upstairs. He keep raping the girl and shit. Then he run away, and he's still getting Hollywood motherfucking awards, but in another country now. Shit is crazy. Okay, I got one. So I was talking to my boy. Shout out to DA. DA the Great, right? So I was talking to DA, and we talking, and he was talking about mentality, right? And he said to me, he said, yo, something about Trump. I said, well, being a racist or whatever like that. I said, I'm going to tell you this, right? For me, I don't really have a problem with nobody that's white being proud of being white, being proud of being a strong man that's white, because I'm a strong man that's black. And if you talk to me or ask me about something or a topic come up, I'm going to be more pro-black than pro-white or pro-Asian or whatever. So sometimes you got to put it in perspective. If somebody come out there and they cocky and they feeling good about who they is and all this, but yo, how you going to hate on that? Just like if I see a sister with an afro and shit, I'm going to be like, word, sister, that's that good black love shit right there, this and this and that. I mean, come on. So I said, I don't get offended by a white man being a strong white man, because I'm a strong black man. Now if the white man want to come over here and try to put me down and talk that shit to me, then now we got a problem. Besides that, I ain't really got no problem. Let me see how I wrote it out though. Says someone else proud of who they are. I'm a strong Asian, white, Jewish man. I care less unless some way it's gonna affect me. I'm a strong black man first, thinking too. I'm just saying, and if they ask me, I'ma for sure tell them. They have these talking points they gave us to say, just like all of the news report the same. Just a different spin, but the same words, different style, mind control. You gotta let it go. And that's why that's why the who be looking? Damn, I don't know what I did with that one, y'all. Look like hieroglyphics. Be looking like they need. Oh, this is talking about the kids coming out. That's why no, not even the children. Celebrity. That's celebrity right there, y'all. See, and that's why the celebrities be looking like that. They be coming out them underground places and like they little worms and shit, ain't seen the sun and all that. That's why. They hate the sunlight. Fuckers be underground. Epstein had a Ponzi scheme too. He was down with the arms deal in the UK. I'm just showing you how they be linked up. He was in the sexual blackmail. Lockerbie was tied to the planes. 475 million gone. Most of his businesses fell. And he worked with the Israeli intelligence. Yeah. Yeah. Sean Atwood. So the Sundberg Group is where this started from in the 40s. Sundberg Group is where this started from, with your Meyer Lansky's and your Rothschilds and all of this stuff, and your mega groups, and this is and so when you start bringing, like, say, look how it is. And so when you start up here, you can start going, okay, boom, boom, boom. Then I could get to the Rothschilds, and I could get to the 5 Israeli thing. Then I could get the Def Jam Records. Then I could get the Madonna, and I could get the Disney. I could get the Universal Movies. I could get the, and so. But anyway, the name of the operation is called Operation Underground Railroad. That's the name of the operation right now. That's going on with the kids, freeing the little kids. Word. Earl Buchanan Earl Buchanan in Cali. He's a pervert. I'm giving you pervert cases. Then they caught one dude in Cambodia, Thailand, found the guy, and this was the AWG crew that had 14,000 subscribers. That was just child pornograph all day. And he said, for years I couldn't talk to the guy. He was like, for years I couldn't. Excuse me. For years I would see the guy. I would see pictures of his work and the ends of his work. And I wanted to get him. Find out who he was. And he said, nah, I finally got him. He was happy. I was happy with him too. Word up. They done had he said they done had over 2,000 arrests. They just passed the 2,000 arrest mark. They did the O.U.R. OPS training. Look it up, right? Look it up. So yeah. So I just wanted to come back on Memorial Day. You know, and give us a salute, 21 gun salute to the fallen soldiers, and so y'all gotta just open you gotta just start thinking. You just gotta start thinking. That's all I'm saying. You just gotta start thinking. You gotta try to see things different from what they want you to see it as. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? No matter what you say, right is right and wrong is wrong.